And I want to talk about 5 minutes a day leading to fluency. So a lot of the apps that exist on the marketplace, on the App Store rather, they will give you goals where you try to do like 5 minutes a day of studying, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like these small amounts of studying. And the reality, the logic behind it is pretty straightforward. The logic behind it is if you study a little bit every day, you can make a little bit of progress every day. And not to mention, people believe that a little bit of practice every day is better than nothing. But today, one thing I was thinking a lot about is that if you're doing 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, and that's how you're spending your time, you may as well be doing 0 minutes if your study methods are ineffective. So if you're using ineffective study methods, you're using methods that are just not good, well, you may as well be doing 0 minutes a day. The perfect example of this are the number of people, like the sheer number of people that I have met who have used, I won't use any examples, they've used a certain app, right? Let's say, actually, Duolingo is a perfect example. They only have used Duolingo for 10 minutes a day, maybe for 150 days or 200 days. They have this really big Duolingo streak, but that's all they've done for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. And they have nothing to really show for it. They don't understand anything when they listen to the language. They can't really talk. All they know, maybe, are just some individual words on their phone screen. So 5 or 10 minutes of practice a day, if you're not spending it effectively, is actually rather ineffective. And it actually isn't better than nothing. It's not really doing all that much for you. It's not doing anything. So I want to give one example today of an effective use of 5 minutes a day. And I have it on my computer here, so I get the numbers right. So every single time I give recommendations for how to, especially recently, for how to spend your time, I try to have data, some kind of evidence to demonstrate that it's working, to say like, look, here's why I think this is working. So what I share with you today, I'm literally looking at it on my computer screen right now. I have a little bit of evidence to show that this is actually working, okay? So here's how I personally, right now, am spending my five minutes a day in Ukrainian. Ukrainian is a language I'm learning right now. Here's how I spend my 5 minutes a day. I will pick some topic, conversation topic, pick something. Wow, 24 people watching. This is really cool. Hello, 24 live viewers. That's as many as I've ever had. Hello, nice to see you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments. I will answer them. Anyway, here's how I'm spending my 5 minutes a day. I pick some conversation topic, whatever, anything, okay? I set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's it. I set a timer, and I start talking about the topic out loud. I have a translator open. I'll have like Google Translate or DeepL. I'll have something open on my computer as well, in case I need to look words up during that 5 minutes. Then I want to know if it's actually working, right? I want to track my progress. So how do I track my progress? How do you know if your speaking is getting better? Well, very easy. I'm a beginner. So all I do, I can literally show you right here. Look at this. As I talk, I literally write down, I keep little tick marks of every single word I say. So if I said, Привіт, як справи? Hello, how are you? I'd write Привіт, 1 tick, як справи, 3 tick marks. And then I count after 5 minutes, how many tick marks were there? So for example, yesterday, I said 88 words in 5 minutes. Okay, that is an average of 17.6 words per minute. Today, when I did it again, I talked on different topics. I didn't say 88 words. I said 93 words. So that's 5 more words than yesterday. That is some level of progress. Because if I said more words in the same period of time, that shows me that I had to have spoken a bit more fluently because I said more words, right? It's one very simple, hyper simple measure to show me that if I am getting better. And so far, I've done this for 3 days. Day 1, I'm doing a 30-day challenge. Day 1, I said 81 words. Day 2, 88 words. Day 3, today, 93 words. So day 1 was an average of 16 words per minute. Day 2 was an average of 17.5 words per minute. Today was an average of 18.5 words per minute. This is a slow, definitely slow, because it's 5 minutes. It's not very much time, but it's definite progress in the right direction. Does that make sense? So in short, what I'm trying to say is 5 minutes a day is great. Like if that's all you're doing, no problem at all. It's not the end of the world, but make sure we're doing something effective with that 5 minutes a day. I'll give you a couple of ideas of what to do. One option is what I shared with you. Talk out loud for 5 minutes on whatever topic. Count how many words you say. By the way, if you're intermediate and you're talking faster, so it's hard to like write tick marks as you speak, no problem. You go to Google Docs. Google Docs has, it's called, I'm looking at it now, it is called voice typing. It'll type as you talk. It takes 7 seconds to set up. Google Docs, voice typing. If you don't know where voice typing is, you click on Tools, it's at the top, Google Docs, Tools, voice typing, start talking, it'll write the number of words that you said. So you can easily count it. That's more for intermediate speakers if you're talking kind of faster. I'm a beginner in Ukrainian, so I can just count by hand. It's no problem. So one activity is just talk out loud, 5 minutes a day on whatever topic. Easy, 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 easy. Another thing you can do, find listening or reading material at your level, has to be at your level, at least roughly. Listening or reading material at your level, listen to it or read it, and look up words you didn't understand. Very effective use of your 5 or 10 minutes. Very, very effective use of time. Okay? If you want to track your progress doing that, one of the best ways to do it, it's not free, but it's definitely one of the best ways to do it, is to use an app called Link. LINGQ. I'm using it right now, and that's how I track it. Why do I like that? Because as you read and listen in their app, it counts how many words, it counts everything for you. It tracks how much time you've spent. It tracks how many words you know. It tracks how many words you've seen. It tracks how many words you kind of know. It tracks how long you've listened. It has challenges. Like it tracks everything. So you can just track your progress in Link. And then you know it's working because your progress is being tracked. So those are some of my favorite ways. There's other ways too, but those are a couple of my favorite ways to practice every day. Talk for 5 minutes out loud, count how many words I say, shows me my progress, or listen to something / read something, it's up to you, and look up words that you don't know. If you don't know what it means, look it up. So that's that. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching, rather. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, feel free to leave them in the comments, or I'm always happy to help people over email, to chat with you, to try my best to help you out. It genuinely frustrates me. Genuinely, it frustrates me that there are thousands of language learning resources and classes, and yet most people never become fluent. They don't. Most people never become fluent. Most people, they don't even become remotely fluent. They don't even become like somewhat fluent. Most people don't really make that much progress at all. And I think that's ridiculous. Out of all the resources that exist, no one's made something that reliably like helps people to become fluent. Like, come on. And so for me, my big focus is like, look, if you're in my sphere, paying for classes, using my self-study resources, if you're in my sphere, we're gonna damn well make sure that, let's damn well make sure that at a bare minimum, you get significantly better, but in an ideal world, that you actually do reach some level of real fluency in whatever language that you're learning. So that's kind of my mission. That's my goal with my business, the Calgary Language Nerds, and of course with the content that I make. So cool. I'll let you guys go. See you next time. Bye.